Welcome back. I'm Everett, your host from AutoLooks.net online. And today we are looking at the Kia Stinger. Yes, we're going to be taking a look at the award-winning Kia Stinger. Now, what makes this car so great and why has it won so many awards? Just sit back, relax, and let us fill you in. Up front, we're taking a look at this massive, aggressive, mean-looking front end. Sure, it still has some sort of fisheye bubble lights, but added to that, it's got an aggressive grille. It actually has a fully integrated, working front spoiler. They've actually added working hood ducts to it, which add to the muscular feel of the front end of this thing. Now, this thing is something that can actually compete against, we're going to say it, the Dodge Charger. No, not the SRT8, but it can still compete against a Hemi Charger. Not on full-on power, but basically on muscular looks. Now, moving along to the side, Kia has added in some great features, like actual working side brake ducts. These things actually work. They dissipate all the heat from the brakes while you're braking under pressure. Now, this is great because it actually works with the car. Unlike some other people who have added in, bland, boring-looking chrome slap-on figures, Kia has actually integrated these side brake ducts into the side design of the vehicle. Now, this is a great thing. It has made it look that more muscular and that more menacing compared to some of the other sedans out there. Now, just remember, this is a rear-wheel drive model from Kia, which is going up against the likes of, you said it, the Dodge Charger. Add a coupe model, and this thing could actually go up against the Mustang. We're not going to hold our breath in that model, but we would love to see it. Moving along, they did create some massive, great-looking wheels. These things are something that you would actually find, I don't know, maybe in a Transformer vehicle, not on a Kia model. Not something I'd actually put on my Kia sitting in the garage. Yes, I do own an old-school Rio. No, I don't own a Civic. No, I don't own a Supra. Unfortunately, I do own a Kia Rio RXV hatchback, which is one of the original Kias to enter our market. Now, that thing just showcased small economy cars and brought this great corporation into what we see here. Now, just remember, without that thing that's sitting in my garage there, they may never have gotten the money to create this beast of a vehicle. Now, those great wheels are followed up by massive wheel wells that actually suit the side profile of this vehicle. It gives it a wider stance, which makes it look like a cat hugging the ground, ready to pounce, because that's really what the Kia Stinger is all about, pouncing on the competition and holding them down. Moving from that, we go back to the actual side profile, which is very sleek and kind of gives it that nice coupe profile that everybody expects from all sedans and vehicles today. Yes, the coupe is a segment of the marketplace that's slowly dying out, except for in the luxury world. Now, in the standard world that Kia is in, the coupe profile added to the sedan is what we have come to say as mainstream for all sedans out there. Now, the coupe profile that they have chosen for the Stinger works with it. Yes, it actually moves from the front to the rear. So from the A-pillar to the D-pillar, it works perfect. And unlike some other vehicles on the market, it flows well too. It's a sleek coupe-like profile design that gives it that menacing feel and that great stance. Now, as we said, this profile gives it the appearance of a coupe, but also gives it the appearance and the appeal of a muscle car, which really it's not, because we all know it's a Kia. Kia can't make a muscle car, only the big three can. But if you had to classify it as something, we actually would classify this up against the Charger. Now, moving to the back of the vehicle, Kia has added in some great features. There is one downfall, but we'll get to that in a minute. Now, the great features of this vehicle is, unlike some of the other competitors out there, they have integrated the exhaust into the rear diffuser of the vehicle. Now, this rear diffuser does give the sport appeal and actually does work. It does. Unlike some of its competitors, it actually does work. Now that they've integrated the exhaust into that, even adds to the appeal of that sportiness and has created more of a muscular or track-focused appeal to the whole-around model. Add to this, its massive wide stance, and, as we said before, functioning brake ducts. They do exist on the back end. Now, these ones could have been brought in a little bit and extended up a little bit. But unfortunately, maybe we'll have to wait for the revised version in a few years to kind of bring that out. We all know Kia is going to be bringing out special editions, and they're going to be revitalizing this thing because it is now a moneymaker for the company. Now, moving on, we're going to take a look at some of the downsides of this vehicle. Kia, yes, we all get it. Kia, their models have become a mainstay and created, let's just say, a brand new marketplace within the full-size sedan market. They're going after some of the big players in this market, but unfortunately for Kia, they still have to break through. Now, the K900 has kind of broken through into the premium market for them. The Stinger, they hope to break into the sports sedan market. But unfortunately, they have missed a few key points with this model, and we're going to follow up with this. It has a bland and boring, simple tail-light design. Very reminiscent of the Dodge Charger. Just kind of knock out the centerpiece of that thing, and you have the two ends of a Dodge Charger profile taillight. But to take your eye away from this, Kia has added in these weird-looking wings that extend onto the side of the vehicle. This is one thing that we hope they will get rid of when they revitalize this thing in a few years. The rear bumper, sticking with the back, the rear bumper, we all get it. Rear-end collisions are more prominent than front-end collisions, okay? But the rear bumper on this bad boy is still a little too large. And we get it. You have a wide stance, but that wide stance wasn't transferred very well onto the rear bumper of this vehicle. Sorry, Kia, but we got to kind of bring you down a notch there. We got to move on to the side skirt. Now, the side skirts of these things is great. It works with the vehicle, and it adds that muscular appeal. Take that bad boy off the side of the vehicle, and you got one bland, boring-looking sedan. It's like taking the original Charger, not the actual original from the 60s, taking the Charger that was brought back in the early 2000s, and looking at it with base model hubcaps and no side skirts. That bad boy just curved underneath and looked like one of the cheapest, junkiest pieces of crap that you'll find on the road. Do that to the Kia Stinger, and it'll give the same appeal. Even with that front integrated spoiler and that rear brake duct, the side skirts are definitely needed on this model. Kia, don't remove that. Just, well, maintain it. One bad feature that we did find with the new Kia Stinger is a lot of people have gone to the blackouts. You know, basically replacing the chrome accents with more blacked out accents. Unfortunately for the Kia Stinger, Kia forgot to add some gloss paint to these things. This would have created a little bit, well, I should say, a little bit better contrast between the actual paint of the vehicle, which is nice and shiny, to the windows. So it would have blended them a little bit better, as opposed to having a flat black, bland, boring, cheap. And let's just say, if you're not going to chromify this bad boy, at least glossify this bad boy to give it some better contrast between the windows and the paint job. Lastly, we got to hand it to Kia. They did the same thing that everybody else does. They've added these bland, boring freaking mirrors that we've just come to hate. They didn't integrate them to the side of the vehicle. They just slapped them right onto the door, basically looking like it's coming out of the door. Like basically, my arm is trying to come out and say, hey, here's your mirror. I hope you can see. Unfortunately, in our world, we don't like that. We would actually prefer if they integrated them back into the side profile window design of the vehicle. We get it? That type of design is old school. But on this vehicle, old school would have done a little bit better than the new school. Now, all around, we got to take a look at this. AutoLooks, we're giving you a 76.96%, which the Kia Stinger will actually hit our AutoLooks A+ award. Oh, yeah. The Stinger actually ranks up there in our A+ award ceremony. And for last year, we get it. This thing came out last year. We rated it on our end of the year review. Go back and check 2007 or 2018 new models on our page, and you will see that the Kia Stinger ranked very high on our listing of the top 10 designs of last year. Now, that 76.96% just makes it past the 75% that we give to A+ award winners. So the Stinger is still near the bottom end of the top end of the design pool, which basically gives this thing a pristine appeal. Yes, it is showroom approved to sit in your pristine high-end garage. Yes, we are talking about the same company who created the Cephia and that bland-looking Rio back in the late 90s. Now, let's just give this thing its massive grading. And AutoLooks gives this thing an A- for frontal design. Yes, you're still in power and giving that muscular appeal, but unfortunately, those bubble headlights and some of the smooth lines on that kind of bring you down from an A+ award. Moving on to the back, you do get a B+. Now, those taillights kind of hold it against getting an A. We're sorry to say, but yes, the taillights hold this thing back from getting an A. Get rid of those, you move back into the A category. Moving along to the side, AutoLooks gives you an A-. Yes, an A- again. Unlike some of the other cars out there, the side profile of this thing can be enhanced slightly, but it doesn't need that much. So the A- is still sitting in a good spot. Overall, AutoLooks gives this bad boy a B for its overall appeal. Yes, it's aggressive. Yes, it's muscular. Yes, it is going to change the way we see sports sedans from Korea. But unfortunately, it still has a bunch of key points that have to bring it back up to the A. And one of those drawbacks that's holding it back from getting that A is that badge attached to the front. I'm sorry, but it's going to take some time for us to start perceiving Kia as a muscular sedan builder. Just like it's still taking us some time to get used to the fact that Hyundai now builds a $100,000 car. We have a hard time believing that, considering the fact that we grew up with ponies moving around the town. Now, AutoLooks does give this a yes on our buy list. Yes, this does make it to our list. Buy this bad boy if you want to hold something on that would become a future classic. Yes, it gets that. Aftermarket approved. You damn right. We want to see what SEMA is going to do to this bad boy again this year, 2018. Sales. The Stinger is going to increase the sales market value for Kia and bring its total volume up. We guarantee it. Kia, we know you can push products well. As you've seen in the past, you have followed the same guidelines as Hyundai. You created cheap, inexpensive cars to get the masses into your showrooms, and now you use that money to build vehicles like this, which increase your sales even more. And this thing is actually going to increase sales even with the SUV, CUV craze going on. Now, is the Kia Stinger a trendsetter? Yes, we have to say it is a trendsetter because it is proof that you don't have to be the big three to build a performance muscle sedan. So, for that, we have to applaud Kia for showing us that they can go from a 2001 Kia Rio, which is a weird-looking, odd bubble, booting around the town for anyone who could afford a vehicle under $10,000, to this $50,000, no, Canadian, muscular sedan. So for Kia, that we applaud you in the creation of the Kia Stinger. Unfortunately, when we heard the name Stinger, we were originally thinking of that sports coupe that you developed a few years back as a concept at the Los Angeles Motor Show. It's great that you brought it onto a sedan to go up against the well-named Dodge Charger, which we unfortunately still hate that they brought that name back on a sedan. So for this week, this is Everett signing off from AutoLooks Online. Strap yourself in for one wild ride and keep following our Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube feeds. And keep checking out the website, autolooks.net. I'm Everett. I'm out.